Hi guys, so before the video starts, I just wanted to say that I shall link my social media, specifically my Instagram, in the description, primarily because I noticed in my last video I got into a conversation with some people, so I figured you can reach out to me on Instagram, we can have a conversation, maybe you can pitch ideas if you're interested. I shall link that below. I always tag them at the corner of all my videos, but just wanted to make that very clear. Hope you guys are keeping safe. Now on to the video. Hey everyone, welcome to Never Stop Moving Forward, and today we are going to talk about how to pass like Kuroko Tetsuya. And I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please consider subscribing and leaving the bell notification. And if this is your first time, if it's not, let's get into the video. So we talk about Kuroko's passing. The hallmark of his passing is his ability to not hold on to the ball for very long. At the most, it's like 2 seconds. The ball's already gone. It's actually even a second. It's mentioned that the reason he does this is because the ball has the most presence on the court. Like, everyone always wants to know where the ball is, so Kuroko can't use his misdirection skill on the ball. This is why many of his passes involve him simply tapping the ball, not even holding it for very long. If he does hold the ball for literally just a second, then he releases it. This is because like he can't take attention away from the ball, so everyone at some point always wants to know where the ball is. This is why many of his passes are just him literally like tapping the ball away, holding it for a second, and then throwing it to a teammate. So because of that, we're going to have to work on our ability to generate force, or at least generate some power without much like wind up, like nothing to like wind our arms back to throw. So to do that, we're going to start with some clap push-ups. Now this is very basic for generating power with your arms. Another drill we're going to want to do, I call these alternating push-ups because for the love of me, I don't know what they're really called. So one arm is on an object, the bag, and the other arm is low on the ground, so it has to work really hard to push you off the ground. You then alternate like this from one arm to the next. It's really tiring, really strains each arm individually. But ultimately, the key thing we want to do is learn how to generate force without like too much wind up, and that's where these sorts of push-ups are going to come in. As you see, I'm not like dropping down, I'm literally just pushing myself up off the ground, minimal wind up, not much. Another drill you can do is this one with the medicine ball, practicing. You get as close to the wall as possible. As you can see, I'm not like winding up that much. The ball bounces off the wall, immediately comes back, I'm throwing it right back, just like that, rapid fire. So like this, we're developing some strength in our arms, so we don't need like that much wind up. We don't need to pull our arms back so far to launch the ball great distances. We can just simply get the ball with minimal wind up and launch it to the closest teammate. Now coming to some of Kuroko's most iconic passes, those ones that will require a lot of wind up and a lot of power. Starting of course with one of his most famous ones being the Cyclone Pass. The Cyclone Pass is basically he winds up big time. Now funny enough, these passes like the Cyclone Pass and the Ignite Pass Kai are full body movements, meaning his whole body is involved, as you can see here with the Cyclone Pass. And this is another time he did the Cyclone Pass. Gets his feet. They really emphasize the feet because you need a strong foundation when you do these things. You can't do such passes on flimsy feet. So they really emphasize when Kuroko steps on the ground because they really want to show you like your footing is important. You have to have a solid base, not just the wind up. So your footing is very important, your base is very important. Yeah, so in the Cyclone Pass, as you can see, he really winds up a lot, circles around, kind of builds some momentum, and then launches it all his might right, can pretty much cut across half the court. And then of course the Ignite Pass Kai. Once again, they emphasize his foot placement because it is a full body movement, and in full body actions, your base is important. Generating that much power is useless if your feet aren't underneath you, if you can't support yourself as you do these things. And I know someone's gonna ask, why aren't you showing the Ignite Pass? Because the Ignite Pass is when Kuroko punches the ball, and punching the ball is actually illegal. So I'm going with the Ignite Pass Kai because he doesn't punch the ball. I look at the Ignite Pass like a really, really hard slap. As you can see, bam. So when talking about both the Cyclone Pass and the Ignite Pass Kai, we're talking about one of my favorite topics I've covered, kinetic linking. As I've mentioned before, kinetic linking is your body's ability to generate power through the transfer of energy starting from the feet, working its way through the arm, working its way through the hips, the arms, through the legs, through your back, then your arms, and then out, whichever point. This is done in actions like punching, throwing, kicking, all these various things in your power. So when looking at this, we're gonna do this push-up variation again. Yeah, we're gonna start with this one, but one thing to keep in mind is that these are full body movements, so we're gonna have to make sure we're developing full body. We're also gonna work on the core because a lot of core work is involved. These med ball slams, this is pure hip rotation. You throw the ball, it comes back, you rotate through the hips, you throw it right back at the wall. Now this is old footage, I should point that out, but it's still good for this. You work on both sides. Now we're going to do a mid ball throw. This one is more full body. As you can see, I'm pushing through my legs. This is a complete full body throw. I'm pushing as hard as I can. Get as close to the wall as possible. That will help. You don't have to be too far away from the wall, especially if you're using your weaker side like I'm doing right here. Like here, I was using my weaker side. I actually should have been closer to the wall. The cable machine will help because the Ignite Pass is almost like a punch. Not even almost, it almost is a punch. It practically is a punch. So yeah, like here, use a cable machine. If you have a pair of resistance bands, they can work wonders too. As you can see here, I had to adjust the weight because I went a bit too heavy. You don't need to go heavy on weights for these things. The weight doesn't need to be heavy. What you're looking for here is good form because you're working on the ability to generate explosive power. And yes, I realize I keep saying Ignite Pass when I'm actually referring to the Kai version. Don't judge me. So yeah, you work on both arms, if you're a lefty or a righty, work on both arms. You can also get your legs involved. Actually, you should get your legs involved because this is a full body movement. So yeah, this next use of the cable machine, this one is more for the Cyclone. This is more for the Cyclone Pass. As you can see here, I start in this motion. As you can see, get some hip rotation. The feet also rotate here. This is very similar to the Cyclone Pass. And yeah, these are just some of the exercises that you can do to help you pass like Kuroko. Obviously, you have to alter them because we're not anime characters. You have to alter them to be more realistic to, let's say, your ability, your skills, and your overall body type. But yeah, guys, I hope you're enjoying these exercises I'm putting out. And yeah, these are just some of the few. If you guys have any ideas, please tell me in the comment section below. What would you do to train a bit more to pass like Kuroko Tetsuya? Some other pointers to keep in mind when you're doing the Cyclone Pass is the way you hold the ball. That's actually very critical because you do have to swing around to generate momentum. So you should be able to hold the ball in such a way that you can hold it and release it accordingly so that you can control the direction it goes. And with the Ignite Pass Kai, there's a bit of holding involved. It's not just a really hard tap or slap. There is like a brief second where you are holding the ball just to get the spin on it. And yeah, those are the few other things. So one last thing at the end of this video. So this actually goes hand in hand with the interception part of the Kuroko series, but you're gonna have to learn to track 2 or more targets, specifically people, whether it's intercepting or passing. The reason I say that is because more often than not, you'll be marking another player, and then if you want to intercept, you have to watch the person with the ball. But you're not just watching the person with the ball and watching your mark, you're also looking at the other players on the court, looking at who looks more open, who looks like they're gesturing the person with the ball to throw them the ball, who looks like they're going to be available, who looks like they're displaying an action that they're going to make themselves available. I personally learned this skill from Kuroko, where I had to learn to watch everyone on the court to kind of see. And even if you're successful in intercepting the pass, there's now the issue of also knowing which one of your teammates is more open, because part of with Koroko's thing of only holding on to the ball for not that long, let's say for not more than 5 seconds, is that he already knows who he's passing to. So yeah, but this is important because sometimes you will need like a long wind up for some of the passes, but to reduce the time you spend with the ball, it's important to know, or at least already have an idea in your head, who is the first person I'm going to throw the ball to, who's the first person I'm going to pass to when I get the ball. So that's the thing. So you have to track the opponents when they have the ball. You have to track them to see, okay, who has the ball, who looks like they're going to receive a pass, intercept. From there you have to shift gears to know where your teammates are, know where they are, know who's more available, who seems more open, and give them the ball as soon as possible. Just wanted to point that out. It's not something you can train by yourself. It's something you will have to practice. No joke, you will have to practice. You can find people you can practice with. That's great. But until the world opens up, that's it. Anyway guys, hope you appreciate this video.